unless you have any more hot takes, we'll get into our picks
let's get into it
for Sunday and Monday's game. So starting off with the Chargers coming to the Patriots. If you want to we'll switch who goes first. But if you want to start off with this, I'll make sure to keep track.
No surprise here. I believe the Chargers will smack the Patriots. Even though they're not doing too well this year, I still think the Patriots are not where they need to be.
I agree with you. Maybe New England can put up some points because the Chargers' defense is ass. But, Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi don't do it for me. I'm not even sure who's starting this week. It might be Zappi because Bailey started the second half against the Giants, and they scored their only points of the game with Zappi. Yeah, Patriots are in full tank mode. Chargers, Brandon Staley's still fighting for his job, even though he's going to get fired.
If there's anything we know about this season, it's don't bet on the Patriots.
Yeah, I learned that against the Giants. But I mean, Justin Herbert, the Chargers should be fine in this one. I mean, they'll win.
I hope so.
Their slim playoff hopes alive. Then we go to the Lions at the Saints. This could be closer than some expected. I know I just bashed the Lions a little bit, but they're a better team than the Saints. The Saints, they're gonna fight for the Falcons for that NFC South spot because both teams are having a mid-off, and
Derek Carr ain't it.
Yeah, Derek Carr's been a huge disappointment. Michael Thomas has been injured. Chris Olave's been good, but I mean the Saints are just all right. Nothing special.
Kamara's getting older. He's still doing well, but he's getting older.
Yeah, but they just haven't been the same since Drew Brees, Sean Payton left, and they're still kind of figuring it out. But I don't see them winning this one. I think the Lions want to get back on track after getting embarrassed by the Packers, really. So I have the Lions winning this one.
Yep.
Are you the same?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Right. Then Falcons at Jets. It's
another mid-off. I'll go Falcons, though, just based on how the Jets have been playing recently. I know they've beaten a few good teams and had good games. I just don't think they have it anymore. I think they're kind of beat on that. They don't have that drive anymore after getting beat down so much.
I agree with you. Falcons, they don't impress me. Desmond Ritter's not that great, but they got a solid defense, and the Jets can't score. So the Falcons will
Falcons can get it done, though. The Falcons
will probably put up. The Jets defense is solid. Respect to them. It's two good defensive teams, but two really bad offenses. But I guess I'll take Desmond Ridder and Bijan Robinson over Tim Boyle. Although it's great to see Aaron Rodgers back at practice, but I don't know how that will do. But yeah, I think we're both taking the Falcons here. I think it'll be a close one, I guess, but Falcons win. And then Cardinals at Steelers. I got the Steelers in this one. It's in Pittsburgh. They looked much better on offense without Matt Canada putting up 400 yards for the first time since like 2020, something crazy. And I mean, Steelers, they got great defense. I don't think the Cardinals really have anything to play for besides a pick at this point. And I think the Steelers they're in contention for the AFC North still. So I think they'll win this one easily.
That's tough. They are in Pittsburgh. So, I'd have to go with Pittsburgh here too, honestly. I mean, even though I don't have a lot of...
Scared me for a sec. Maybe Cardinals. Kyler Murray will keep it interesting, I think, but
if they weren't in Pittsburgh, maybe I'd have a different idea on what would happen, but I'm gonna have to go with Pittsburgh here.
Yeah, I think it'll be a close
uneven matchup.
Yeah, and then so Colts are traveling to Tennessee in an AFC South, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, but the Colts are 6-5 and sitting well in the fight for a wild card spot, despite Anthony Richardson going down and Gardner Minshew taking over. But, Titans, they didn't look great, but they beat the Panthers last week, I guess. So if you take any credit in that. But who do you got?
I'm going to go Titans on this one.
Okay.
I think Indianapolis is gonna struggle against the run game. They sort of have all season, even though they do have a decent defense. I just don't think they're ready for a Tennessee matchup right now. I think they're gonna fall here.
Yeah,
especially in Tennessee too.
I think it's gonna be one of those dogfight games, two division rivals, but I think it's gonna be close, and I honestly, I thought about picking Tennessee here, but I'll just go with Indianapolis. I think they have more to play for. Michael Pittman has been an absolute beast for me fantasy wise, and just as a receiver, he's helped. And then Jonathan Taylor has looked like his 2021 self the more he plays.
Zach, isn't he out? Zach Moss is
Yeah,
playing, I thought.
he's out, but Zach Moss has been fine as a backup when he's played. That is right.
Sure.
Jonathan Taylor is out, but I think Gardner Minshew, he's gonna throw a couple touchdowns, throw a couple risky balls that might get picked off. That's how they run. The defense is all right, but Shane Steichen has developed Indianapolis into, it's a top 10 yardage offense. And Tennessee's scrappy. It'll be close. It's going to be in Tennessee, which is going to be tough, but I think the Colts barely edge this one out. I think it's going to be like a field goal, 1-point type game. But I just trust the Colts more because they've been the better team this year.
Fair enough.
Okay, and then Miami at Washington. For me, this is a game where this is where the Dolphins love beating up on bad teams. I think Tua will have a day. Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, all the goods. I think Mike McDaniel, they want to separate themselves from Buffalo to win the AFC East title for the first time in quite a while, and I think they'll get it done. I mean, it's the Commanders. They fired their defensive coordinator last week. It's not really a good environment. Sam Howell's been up and down, I guess, at best, but I got the Dolphins.
I think it'll be a little bit closer than we think it will be, but Dolphins will definitely win this one.
Agreed. And then, interesting one here. Denver, who's on a 5-game winning streak, going to Houston to play the 6-5 Texans.
That's a tough game, and they're both teams that are fighting for a playoff spot, and they both have actually looked pretty good recently. I'm going to have to go with Denver, though. I think they have a better defense. I think they have a really good defense, and I think Russ is a really good quarterback. He's made a lot of crazy throws, like really crazy accurate throws, a lot of pressured throws, but he's just a better, more hardened quarterback, and I think CJ Stroud will find that out this week. He's still a good quarterback, but I think the veteran will win this one.
Yeah, I remember back when we launched our first About Teams podcast video, we were clowning the Broncos. They were 1-5, about to play the Chiefs. Me and Justin, I called Sean Payne a clown. Justin called Russ cooked, and they've kind of changed that narrative. They're on a 5-game winning streak, and it's been impressive to see what they've done. But with that being said, I'm going to go Houston in this one. And the first reason why is they're at home. I think playing in Denver is a tough environment. And if it was in Denver, I'd probably take Denver. Mm-hmm. But the way Denver has been winning these games and who they've played to beat, besides Patrick Mahomes, who, may I add, was really sick that game, and it looked like it. But after that, I mean, they've beaten Jordan Love and the Packers, and Jordan Love, has been up and down, but not nonetheless, it's basically his rookie year, so not that impressive. A third-string quarterback in Josh Dobbs, and I think last week, I forget who it was, but it was not a great team. And they've been winning the turnover battle by a lot, and I think eventually that's going to come down. Again, I know the game against the Vikings, I think the Vikings turned the ball over 4 times, and they won by 2 points. They won, but I don't think that's going to break their way every time, and I think Houston's mad about that Jacksonville game last week because they could have won it, but they let it slip away. And I think they still want to continue this impressive run they've had with D'Amico Ryans. And I think it'll be a close game, but I think Denver's not going to win out, and they've won 5 straight. So I think they're due for a loss, and I think it'll come this week against Houston. But nonetheless, it will be a good game. And then for the 4:00 window, we got Panthers at Tampa Bay. I mean, we typically see a head coaching spark after someone gets fired, but I don't think it will happen with this Panthers team. I think in Tampa Bay especially, I just trust the Bucs got a decent defense. They got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Baker's been all right. I got the Buccaneers winning this to keep their AFC playoff hopes alive in that NFC South.
Another no-brainer, yeah. I really have been unimpressed by the receiving core on the Panthers and the quarterback and really the defense too. It's just an overall like garbage mess over there, and I will never bet on them any week if they continue to play like that.
They fired 3 coaches: Ron Rivera, Matt Rule, Frank Reich, all mid-season, and the owner calls himself patient. But yeah, no, he's very, very weird. I don't know. I think it'll be they're a dumpster fire right now. They can't even get help with Marvin Harrison. That'd be nice. Be trade your first round pick this year to the Bears. So thank you, Panthers. So then probably the game of the week. 425 49ers at Eagles. You want to start?
I think the 49ers got a tough break last year with a lot of injuries, like quarterback. They were having a rough season, although their team was looking really good. And I still feel that if they had a healthy quarterback for that game, they would have beaten the Eagles. And I think they will beat the Eagles with a healthy quarterback this time. And I think they'll beat them in the playoffs too. So I think this is the 49ers year in the NFC, and I think they will have a good game against the Eagles and get a good win.
Pretty much what you said. I agree. A 10-1 team at home, you think it's a no-brainer for them. But 49ers, I think, are just the better team when healthy. I trust their defense more. The Eagles' defense has not been that good this year.
No.
Jalen Hurts has been prone to throwing more picks, and if it wasn't for Jake Elliott bailing them out last week, they should have lost. And I think this 49ers team, they want revenge. They're healthy now. McCaffrey, Brock Purdy's had a solid year. I still think he's a system quarterback, but he's a pretty damn good one. He's better than what Jimmy G was in that system. Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, still one of the best offensive linemen.
Definitely.
George Kittle. You got Pro Bowlers all around. Nick Bosa and Chase Young have looked great together. I think Fred Warner in the back. The Eagles are a great team, too, in their own right. They'll keep it close, I think. But I think the 49ers win like a 27-20 type of game here.
Yeah.
And we both got the 49ers winning. And then to end the 425 window, another interesting one. The 7-4 Browns at the 5-6 Los Angeles Rams.
This one's tough because I know Cleveland is having quarterback issues, but they did get a close win. And he's showing a little bit of promise. So I think I'm going to go with Cleveland here. I think they're the better team. I think the Rams have been struggling all season. They're just having identity issues, and their defense isn't great. So I have to go with the Browns here.
Yeah, this was a close one. I went back and forth, but I ended up picking the Rams, and that reminded me of the team that I couldn't think of. The Denver beat the Browns by 15, like 27-12. The Thompson rookie guy just doesn't do it for me. I mean, if they had Deshaun Watson, I picked the Browns. This game will be close because their defense. But the Rams have turned things around a little bit. They started off 3-6, but they beat the Seahawks, and then I forget who they beat last week, but they're on a 2-game winning streak. They're fighting that 6 and 7 spots wide open. I think the Seahawks and Vikings own at 6 and 6. They're a half game back. It's in LA. Puka Nacua has been great. Cooper Kupp has not been the same at all, but I think this is going to be a very low scoring game, but I think the Rams just will edge it out barely just because Denver, there are question marks there, but it'll be a close one. But I think the Browns just can't, similar to the Jets right now, just can't score without Deshaun Watson, and Nick Chubb being out stinks, but it'll be a close one. But I got the Rams in the fight. And then the Sunday night game, the Chiefs at Green Bay.
Yep.
I got the Chiefs. I mean,
I think it'll be close, but I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs.
The Packers and Jordan Love, respect, have been playing much better, but the Chiefs need this one. I know they came back against the Raiders last week, but I think they just want it. They need to prove that they're still a Super Bowl contender and they're fight for that 1 seed because they need this rest with the banged up injuries they've had. But I think the Chiefs will win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then to end with our Monday night game, the Bengals travel to Jacksonville. And if you want to start with this one.
A lot of no-brainer games this week. I'm going to have to go with Jacksonville. I mean, the Bengals are just another dumpster fire team this year that you thought would be pretty good. and I just don't have any faith in them right now. I don't think they have anything going for them. I'm gonna have to go with Jacksonville just based on overall performance and team in general. They don't have Burrow,
Yeah.
it's over.
It stings that they lost Burrow, and I'm obviously with you on this one. I love Jacksonville. They're in fight for that 1 seed. You need playoff advantage in this playoffs, and I think they'll beat the Bengals. I mean, Jake Browning hasn't done anything for me to prove that the Bengals are still a playoff team. They're 5-6 now. Jacksonville at home. I know they're hungry, and they want to prove that they're legit. So they got to keep racking up these wins, and I have them as well winning.
Yep. Fair
enough. All right, so that concludes these hot takes and picks for this week. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you're liking this video. We produce pretty much a daily video a week. Yeah, but thank you for tuning in.